Hi there guys, it's Anthony here from Cutting Edge Guitar, and in today's video we are going to be talking about Strats versus Superstrats. Let's get right into it. Okay guys, the thing is with this, is that whether you are a blues or rock or metal or jazz fusion or whatever kind of guitar player you are, there's something for everybody in either one of these two types of guitars. What I just want to talk to you about is what the main differences are and try and help you make an informed decision on which one that you want to go for if you're in the buy, or let's just have a cool discussion about what we think about these different instruments, because guitars are just cool and they're wicked things to talk about, right? So let's start with the Fender Stratocaster. Because of course without the Fender Stratocaster you don't get the Superstrat. So what is this all about? It's a genius bit of design from Leo Fender from way back in the 50s. The thing about the Strat is that everything on it can be taken off and replaced. So you can unbolt the neck and put on a new one if there's something wrong with the neck. You can unbolt the bridge, you can take out the pickups and swap new pickups in. Just everything on it can be replaced. As a manufacturing piece of ingenuity, it is absolutely awesome. As a workhorse instrument as well, they kind of do everything. That's what guitar players over the years have loved about the Fender Stratocaster, is you can kind of do everything on it. Generally speaking, they've got a thinner, more playable neck than something like the Gibson style guitars. They've got a lighter body, usually made of alder, which is pretty good across the sonic spectrum for different styles, genres of music. Things that people don't like about them: the bridges generally are a bit dodgy on the tuning side of things. Single coil pickups aren't for everybody, but with those 3 single coils and the 5-way switch, you do get some fairly versatile tones out of a Strat. You've also got a volume and 2 tone controls, which again is not for everybody. That's probably a bit overkill for some. The jack socket placement is something that rubs people up the wrong way, and the upper fret access. And finally, just kind of like an aesthetic thing. I mean, Strats are cool, they're a wicked looking guitar, but some people feel like they could be improved on, and that's generally where this kind of thing comes in. So I was using just a standard Fender Stratocaster. With this, the super Strat of choice for me is the Ibanez RG. That's what I've picked to talk about here. So the differences and where we get to your super Strat. First, the aesthetic. The horns and the cutaways on this guitar, you've got a much pointier, more, some people say aggressive looking guitar. I think cooler is the better term. In my opinion, this body shape has always looked cooler than a normal Strat. Very, very sexy looking instrument. The neck shapes on these, so if the Strat shape is thinner and more playable than a Gibson type thing, the Ibanez thing is ultra thin. Like, it's just so playable. It's better for technical music, shall we say. The thing is with this, there are no rules. I mean, if you look at like Yngwie Malmsteen, he's about as technical as you can get, and he plays a Strat. We look over at people like Steve Vai, and he wanted to improve on the Strat, which is obviously, that's where the Gem came from, and these are kind of modelled off of the Gem. Then there's been loads of super Strats worldwide after that, etc, etc. So super thin neck. Bridges, obviously on this, you've got a floating bridge system which allows you to do more with your trem arm, but also it stays super in tune because of the fact that we're locking off both elements. There's things that you can do on these to improve them as well, with things like trem stoppers and that, but compared to a normal Strat style bridge, these are way more in tune and you can do a lot more with them. Pickups as well, generally you're going to have hot pickups on this sort of thing. A Super Strat is like a hot rodded Fender Stratocaster. So with this we've got humbucking pickups which are beefier, give you more punch, all that sort of thing. Simplicity on the volume and tone controls, because you've just got the one tone which does all of your other pickup selection and all the rest of it. 5-way switch still, but combined with the humbuckers and single coil in the middle, you've got a different sort of range of tones. So aesthetic differences, build differences, a few things like that. Generally speaking, if you want to play blues, classic rock, those kind of things, you would probably find that you're a Strat style player. But I think we don't need to have those stereotypes, in all honesty, because you can play blues, jazz fusion, just any modern contemporary style on one of these in the same way that you can on one of these. What you just need to do is you need to sort of dial in the rest of your gear, whether it's your pedals or your amp, your Kemper, your Axe effects, whatever it is that you're playing with these days. You dial that sort of stuff in to give you the exact tone that you want. But I think it's a bit misguided when people say, oh, you know, if you turn up to a blues jam with one of these, oh, wrong instrument, wrong tool for the job. Well, no, you know, you take players like Blues Saraceno, or I don't know, you've heard in the past, you've heard Sean Lane playing bluesy. I mean, Steve Vai, you're going to tell me that Steve Vai can't play the blues when he plays on this? I mean, of course they can, you know. And on one of these, you can't say the other way, oh, well, you can't shred on one of them. Well, Ingve, do you know what I mean? If you've got a particular thing that you want to do, you can probably do it with either of these. The thing is, you've just got to find what it is that you like and find the ones that are most comfortable for you. So that's the main differences. Let's plug them in and have a listen to the sounds. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Strat first. I'm going to do some clean sounds, loop up some clean rhythm stuff and play some lead over the top. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the Superstrat, on the Ibanez, and then you can have a comparison of what the two sound like. Okay guys, that's it for my comparison between Strats and Superstrats. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Just before I go, one final point. You might be thinking, okay, I like everything that I've seen with the Strat, I like everything that I've seen with the Superstrat, but I can't afford to buy two different guitars. What I need is one that does all of those things. Well, that is where this kind of instrument comes in. So what we've got with this guitar is all of the appointments of the Superstrat, all of the playability, but all of the sounds of the normal Strat and all of the sounds of the Superstrat. This is the kind of guitar that does absolutely everything. I have done a video about this instrument. If you're keen to watch it, there is a link to this one on the end screen of the video. Give this one a watch to see what this is all about. If you enjoy these kind of videos and are liking the content that I'm making for you, please do subscribe to the channel. That will help me out massively. Give the video a like. Please share it to all of your friends and family. Let's talk about guitar, guys. Let's spread the love for these wonderful instruments. Okay, that's all from me for now. I will look forward to seeing you in another video. Take care.